So growing up, as a kid, I was raised as Catholic, but didn't really go to church a whole lot. Went to Christmas and Easter service basically, and didn't really live out anything that I learned there. God was kind of, I always believed in God, but he was kind of somebody who was there if I needed him, but that was it. I wasn't involving him in my everyday life. And that's basically how I lived, growing up even into college. When towards the end of my college career, things started to change. I was dating and eventually engaged to my now wife, Chelsea. It was long distance. We would have lots of conversations, and I was living kind of the party lifestyle. Again, God was always there, but I wasn't involving him in my decisions in my life. And she started to kind of work that in. We would have conversations, and she would start to sort of ask me if I thought things were a good idea. Should I go out and go to this party or whatnot? And slowly it kind of turned into a conflict with myself. Things started to change a little bit, and my priorities sort of changed as far as how I was living my life, and how I wanted to live my life. She graduated from school, we got married, and she started looking for a church for us to go to. And she just did a Google search of Indianapolis churches and picked Indy Metro, basically just the first one off the page, and started reading into it, and it sounded like it was something she wanted to explore. So we went, and I'll tell you what, we didn't try any other churches. we started going on the East Side campus at the Irving, and just started meeting a lot of people and getting to know people. At first I was it was kind of another thing that I had added on to my list of things to do. I was happy to go. It was something Chelsea wanted to do, and I was glad to go with her. But I still treated it kind of like church when I was a kid. It was a place you went, and then you kind of went on with your life after Sunday. But then I started to really get to know the people that I met there, and the church people stopped being church people, and they started being friends, and started really investing in my life. And that kind of was a turning point to where I realized, hey, these people seem to be doing things the right way, and I kind of wanted to change the way I was living to fit that. Indy Metro really had that influence on me. I started to see the practicality and the rewards of living your life after Jesus, and actually stopping to think, hey, what would Jesus want me to do with my money? What would Jesus want me to do with my time? What would he want me to do with my talents? And actually applying those and following that. And the more I started to do that, the more I started to realize, hey, this works. Listening to this Jesus guy actually makes me happy, makes me feel fulfilled. I was baptized here actually on the East Side with the Indy Metro group meeting at the Emerson Baptist Church on March 16, 2011. That was really it was a good experience. It felt good to do something formal, to actually say, hey, I'm in this. I was invested at that point. We were in a city group that we were starting to get to know really well. When we were starting to help each other outside of the city group, outside of church, we were starting to really kind of pick up with living our lives in a different way. And the baptism was a great way just to express that to everybody. The more I study the Bible, the more I read it, the more I pray, the more I engage with other members of the community in the church and in church service and outside, throughout the week, the more I'm learning that there is so much more to learn, and that each day I'm gaining a little bit more knowledge and gaining a little bit more experience in learning how I'm supposed to be living my life.